Hi quilting friends, I'm Linda Nitzen with Sizzix today to talk to you about the tumbler block. The tumbler block comes in two different sizes. The smaller of the two is on the Bigz profile, works in the Big Shot machine. You can also use the Bigz die in the Big Shot Pro machine, but if you like a bigger tumbler, you can use the Pro die in the Pro machine to get a bigger tumbler altogether. Let me show you the two sizes over here on the quilts. So the smaller tumbler fits on a 5-inch size piece of fabric. So if you buy charm squares or you want to cut them out yourself or you have a lot of scraps you want to use, the tumbling block is a great stash buster. If you have the Pro machine and you would like to use the bigger die, you can plan out bigger pieces at a time. The Pro die is great for the layer cake size, the 10-inch size squares. So depending on if you want to use your stash or if you want to plan that out using a variety of fabrics is completely up to you. On this particular pattern, it has sort of a waterfall 3D effect if you see the darker of the green versus the lighter. If I hold it up straight, you'll see sort of a 3D effect on the quilt. So it gives you an option whichever way you want to do that. What I'm going to show you today is how to layer up your fabric and then how to sew them together, because there is a little bit of a trick with the overlap. So let's start cutting first. And I have started out with a 10-inch piece of fabric, and I have several pieces at once. You can layer up to 8 layers of fabric at one time on the die. You want to sandwich your fabric on top of the die, the cutting pad on the bottom, cutting pad on the top. Place that into the machine and turn, turn, turn. And we'll get our shapes. And occasionally we get a piece that sticks in the corner. Do not pull or you end up with a bunch of frayed pieces. Give that a little snip. So we have our tumbling blocks here. When you go to put these together, you want to stagger them and you'll sew them in rows. So this isn't going to work, right? So I've turned one up and one down. And I can predict my pattern here by laying them in a large, like an hourglass shape if I want to. See if I plan that ahead. Or I can just put them in rows. But when you put them in rows, you want to always, always, always make sure that one is facing upward and the other is facing down. Now if you take these and you can see the overlap is just a tiny bit, but that tiny bit matters quite a bit when you sew them together to make sure that your rows are all evenly spaced, and you want that nice straight line. So if you look at that on the edge, and you'll see that on either one you pick, on either side, you will get a small amount hanging over on the edge. So just make sure that you audition that your needle pops in right there as you come in as a 1/4 of an inch from the edge of your fabric. Now I've showed you how to put these together in rows. The shape can also be used as an appliqué piece. So if you put your fusible adhesive on the back, or if you wanted to needle turn appliqué, you could do that as well. So here it is as a flower pot. So a lot of versatility from one die. Be sure and use it to its full potential and have fun.